Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, traders and investors. This is Alex from MarketWise Asia. Sorry for some error, on the screen. So you can see my full screen right now, right? Okay. All right. So if you can hear me loud and clear, please say a hi to me in the comments or in the chat. This live stream, is being broadcasted to both YouTube and also on Facebook as well. Okay. All right. So once again, thank you so much for being here today. If you can hear me loud and clear, please say a hi to me in the comments. Hello, Will, WM, Hadley, Dave, Alvin, Alvin, Tarun, Jason, Yango, San, Jerry. Thank you so much. All right. So, the market, it is still coming down today. So in a way, it is expected in a way because, last week, I forgot whether I said it to my members or to the public as well, because last Thursday, Friday was the VIX expiration. Okay, the options dealer, it typically tends to hold pretty well until the options expire. Okay, and then, the market is free, to do its own thing like today. Okay, no more support from the options dealer lah. Okay, in a way. Okay, then I'll go through some more. Okay, all right. So Christina, David, Chunlai, Jerry. Okay, thank you so much. Let me share my screen right now. I just want to do some. Okay, right now I can see, right? So let me try to zoom in on this, make it smaller. Is it better? Okay, so this is smaller right now. Okay, my cough is recovering. I mean, that is getting a lot better already. But not right now. Suddenly, I have a blocked nose. A bit kind of watery, uncomfortable eyes. I don't know what I'm allergic to, right? To some things or not. Wailam, okay. Joe. All right. So as usual, disclaimer first. Whatever I share today is just for education purpose. Not a recommendation to tell you what to buy or what to sell. So please do your own due diligence. So as usual, okay, this is our social media channel here. I'll just post the link right now. So if you haven't follow us or like us on Facebook, do follow and like. Okay, Telegram channel. This is our Telegram channel. I mean that typically every morning, okay, I will send you the morning wrap. So to give you a summary of what has happened the previous day, and if there's any price mover breaking news, I will also share in the Telegram channel as well, and of course other ad hoc information as well. Okay, all right. And YouTube, of course, if you are watching right now on YouTube, do also subscribe and also give me a like on the YouTube channel as well. Okay, all right. I will appreciate if you could share this live stream to your friends, whether it is on YouTube or Facebook as well. And TikTok, okay, TikTok. Recently, I've started to create more interesting content. I think this is something that I can so-called do it consistently. This is something that I can do it consistently. So I've been trying out to find certain things to share on TikTok. Doing those typical video that you see on TikTok, those video, okay, it's not really my kind of style. So really need to plan a lot of things, need to edit a lot of things, that kind of thing. Okay. So recently, I'm just sharing with you my TikTok. Okay, I share certain things. Okay, like for example, these are the things that I think is pretty interesting now. Okay, like how Chagi built $1 billion empire. So can just click through the images. Okay, all right, their own timing, and a lot of things are over. Okay, so I'll really appreciate if you also subscribe to our YouTube channel. So for example, why the America will fight to keep the dollar too. Okay, so these are okay. So once again, let me just share my TikTok link to you here. So okay, so you can just find me at Hey Alexio. This is under my personal account, so it is Hey Alexio, or you can find me in the link now. Okay, so recently I also came across a video and Jeffrey said, okay, actually roasted Trump on the trade deficit things. Pretty interesting. Okay, so once again, you can just follow me on TikTok and just read through. So I summarize a lot of things. Okay, so I know that right now a lot of you guys are short of time. Okay, attention span also very short and all this lah. So I try to summarize. Okay, you can just get the gist. Okay, learn. I hope that I can post every day. Okay, learn new things every day at the tip of the finger, the tip of the finger tip, okay, and also just very fast. I mean, like, learn new things every day, lah. Okay, okay, yeah, to keep things simple. So once again, I post the link in the chat now. So just do give me a follow, and if you could, okay, if you watch any of these so-called video or clips, right? Okay, just also like, also share with your friends as well. Okay, all right. So yep, and last but not least, this market insights conference this coming Saturday. It is actually full house right now. So in fact, if you actually go to the link right now, okay, you can't register. So right now it is actually full house already. So I'm trying to see, you know, whether we can still so-called give out more seats, allocate more seats to it. So as of now, it is sold out. So for those who have registered for this event, okay, please type me in the comments so that I know that you are coming. Okay, so this coming Saturday at Suntec Convention Center, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you have registered already, okay, do watch out, okay, for my email, okay, via Eventbrite within the next few days, okay, could be tomorrow or Wednesday. I will share out the agenda and what things you should be looking out for, okay, for this coming weekend. So these are the 4 heavyweights they'll be speaking, okay, and of course right now the market, it is still very volatile. Okay, so Sebastian, is level 3. Okay, if you actually register, you can search for Eventbrite. You can search for Eventbrite. It is there in the email. Don't worry, if you register already, okay, within these few days, you'll also get a reminder email and also the SMS reminder as well. Okay, so Shay will be speaking and such. Okay, Shay, Alvin, Caden, and David, okay, from forex.com will be speaking as well. Okay, nobody register. Only myself. Okay, if you already register for this, okay, and if you're coming, just type me in the comments. So as I mentioned, okay, there will not be any selling in this event. So of course, right now, just right timing now, because the market, it is still very volatile. Market is still coming down, going up, coming down, going up. So you know, it will be good, okay, to hear what are these speakers, what are their outlook for the year, what is their trading strategy, and what is their insights for this. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. I believe there'll be some of you guys who register for this event. So if you register, if you're coming, okay, I will see you this coming Saturday. Okay, all right, so let's kickstart this session. So for this coming week, it is 21st April, Monday. Okay, so actually not much financial data coming out lah. Okay, so you can see over there only Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, Wednesday, I don't think the PMI will make a much difference to the market. Okay, maybe Thursday, the unemployment claim, okay, will have an impact on the market. But again, it really depends on how the media or how the news on the portray. If suddenly, okay, it might not due to unemployment claim, if the market, you know, suddenly sell off on Thursday, okay, the market will attribute this to because of unemployment claim is bad or good, and this caused the market to sell off already or such. Okay, but anyway, okay, in fact, this week actually to be really honest, okay, not much to talk about because the market, it is still the same. Okay, my view hasn't changed yet. In fact, if you watch back my live stream last Monday, okay, this week, it is relatively the same as well. Okay, we are still waiting for the same few scenario to work out. And of course, if you take a look at this CNBC, okay, you can see that the tariff news have started to, I don't know about you, but I know lesser people talking about the tariff thing, and not much news coming about the tariff. Of course, you know, Pope Francis passed away today. Okay, and like, you know, just now previously there was a like updated news. The Dow was down about 600 points. It's just saying that the market is waiting for the tariff news again, or some deal with the China and US. But after that, no more. You can see that it is nothing much. Okay, you can see that, you know, tariff is kind of old news already. So do you think that are you sick and tired of this tariff news or not? Okay, personally, I'm a bit sick of it already. If you are sick, okay, all right, just like letter T. Okay, yes, okay, I saw this news as well. Okay, China warned other countries not to so-called not to what I mean that, you know, I forgot the reason really. Okay, not to cook, like combine with other countries to retaliate to with China, something like that. Okay, but nevertheless, this is the one. This is the news I'm talking about. Okay, Dow tumble, Standard Poor's as Trump not power investor await trade deals lah. Okay, all right. So basically right now Trump in a way it is DL in Hokkien called Tulan Power, because he wanted Jerome Powell to actually reduce the interest rate and such, but Powell just doesn't want to reduce the interest rate. So there's some fighting going on, but again it is something not new. It is the same old thing again. Okay, all right. So so just of a macro point of view, just to let you know, okay, what is the potential, okay, the macro update of the market. Okay, and I also talk about the de-dollarization, okay, whether it is a hype. No more slide, okay, I didn't do the slide. Okay, so it is a hype or reality. So recently, or not recently, these few days, because the dollar is coming down and such at a fast rate, people are saying that, oh, is this the end of the USD? Is it the end of the United States, okay, dominance, okay, in the world, in the market and such. So is it a hype or reality? Okay, I will share with you my views, okay, later after I go through this. Okay, all right. How many of you have heard of this? Dollar de-dollarization recently, or these few days now? Okay, USD is coming down, is losing its importance, is losing its shit and kind of thing. Okay, if you heard of this, okay, just type USD in the comments now. Okay. All right, so I'm not sure about your view, but I'll let you go through with you. Okay, so this scenario one, okay, I think most likely, okay, I mean that for the rest of the country, okay, I mean that Trump won't kind of increase to ridiculous level. I know that there's 90 days, but I don't think that after the 90 days, right, okay, Trump will do something crazy again. Okay, most likely, okay, it is going to be a moderate tariff, okay, maybe 10 to 15%, that kind of thing, or at most 20%. So most likely most trading partner will face about 10% tariff. Okay, it could be a permanent thing. It could be just a sharp wolf thing. Okay, eventually, Trump feel that it can't really work that well, or whatever it is, whatever reason he gave. Okay, you remove the tariff. But as of now, based on the current news they're giving right now, I think that most trading partner will just face a typical 10% tariff, including Singapore. Of course, there are some negotiation with the other countries, some reduction, but it is still ongoing now. But of course, for China, again, ongoing so-called war with China. Okay, the tariff remain high. The automotive metals and all this remain high lah. Okay, as I mentioned, okay, I feel that US need China more than China need US lah. Okay, so of course, Trump trying to talk to Xi, that kind of thing. I'm not sure whether the talk is productive or not. Okay, but I think that eventually there will be some so-called peace. Okay, I mean that they will come to combine and see that what can they do to work things out forward. I mean that maybe not in the best of things, but I mean that maybe not as bad as we think it would go to like 200%, 300%, 100%. How high would you want to impose on all these things? I mean that the trade really don't work out lah. Okay, I mean that you can't import things from China. It's going to be super expensive, that kind of thing. Okay, so all these are pretty old news, but I think that eventually, okay, things will work out. But maybe the relationship not the best, but there could be some middle ground. Okay, all right. So of course, the inflation impact. In fact, Jerome Powell come out. Okay, they say that inflation expected, okay, to go higher. Okay, in the short term. So core CPI, basically the inflation data. Okay, inflation is expected to rise 3.5% to 4%. Maybe, okay, from the currently to 2.4%. Of course, it is driven by the post tariff costs. Companies they are trying to import things from China, whatever it is. As in not import, bring into US, and they have to pay the tariff things. Okay, and the inflation outlook. Okay, the so-called the outlook, it is going to peak in 2025, okay, and that is in 2026. Okay, all right. So yeah, and this is consistent with Jerome Powell March 2025 guidance. Okay, so this is the chart that I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so this is what the Fed, okay, it is actually showing to the the public. Okay, so what is the expected inflation over there? So let me just show the full chart over here. Okay, sorry, it's a bit lagging over there. Okay, so like in March, okay, in fact, March, okay, the Fed forecast a higher inflation in 2025 and then gradually to 2% in 2026 and 2027. But of course, in the near term, in 2025, there could be a potential rise in the so-called the consumer goods and such because of the tariff thing. Okay, so nothing new. Okay, so I think last week, midweek, the Fed Jerome Powell also speak to the public and to the media also. So the Fed is trying to balance, okay, higher inflation with slowing growth as well, okay. So like what I mentioned, okay, Jerome Powell just die in Chinese 死都不要 reduce the interest rate, just doesn't want to reduce the interest rate, more of a wait and see mode, okay, monitoring economic data. While Trump, okay, wanted to interest rate to come down So if nobody is going to budge, right? If nobody is going to budge, if Fed it is maintaining the interest rate, okay, it's not dropping within the next one or two meetings, okay. The likely sequence is that inflation, okay, might start to rise first, okay. Consumer corporate spending might slow down as well, okay. Unemployment rises later, but this will take some time now. As I mentioned, this is a lagging indicator, might take some time, okay. So the Fed might delay action, okay, until the second half of 2025 now, if or when the data worsen. As of now, everything is still relatively under control. Inflation is still under control, okay. So typically, when there's a so-called the growth weaken, typically you see the Fed, when are they supposed to take action, okay, when they feel that the market, the economy is going to go into a recession, okay, or when there's a growth weaken, or when they see the unemployment is rising, okay, then Fed is going to cut the interest rate, okay. So they're projected to cut, okay. Fed is not under the US government. So yeah, Christopher is asking, Fed, is it not under US government? So if you actually go and Google, okay, or go and search AI, whatever it is, okay, Fed and the US government is a two separate entity. They are technically, okay, by right, it is an independent entity. Government is government, Fed is Fed. Okay, it doesn't mean that, for example, or Fed wants the, not as in Trump, the government wants the US to do, the Fed, sorry. Okay, the Trump, okay, president wanted the Fed to do certain things. The Fed doesn't have to follow the government. Okay, all right. So it is time to cut interest rate 2 to 3 times this year, okay. So this align with the Fed March rate cut production. So I think previously they projected 4 times, I think, but I think right now, I think 2 to 3 rate cut it is more likely this year. Okay, so you can see over there. Okay, I think today Facebook Live should be quite fast. Okay, not much changes. I'm just basically showing you, okay, some of this macro news and also the okay, later we'll see how it goes. Okay, all right. So supposed to see 4 rate cuts this year. Okay, but 2 to 3 is more likely. So I think should open the new tab over there. Okay, so you can see currently it's about 4.25 to 4.5%. Okay, 4.5. So most likely, okay, the next Fed meeting in May should be kept the same until towards the second half of the year. That then the Fed is starting to reduce the interest rate okay. So we shall see how it goes. But judging from the bond price, okay, it is still not happening right yet. Okay, the bond price, it is still going down, which means that the yield, okay, it is still going higher as well. Okay. Okay, so we shall see how it goes. Okay, so something is not quite right. Okay, everything is like a bit haywire. Okay, by right, okay, the market should see more rate cuts, but as of now, okay, the bond prices, okay, the yield, okay, it is still going higher, and USD it is coming down by right. Okay, when USD, okay, is coming down. Okay, all right, so typically, when people is anticipating that the interest rate is coming down, okay, the strength of the dollar will also come down. Interest rate go higher, the strength of the dollar will also go higher. But right now it is coming down. So it's a bit haywire, not exactly like what we always, read in textbook, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. So there are the correlationship changes, everything kind of changes as well. Okay. And stock and bonds market. So this is taken from the analysts. So they are saying that no V-shaped recovery expected, but market stabilization likely in the months ahead. Okay. So once again, I just want to ask you guys, okay, as of now, you can see that the market, it is coming down. Okay. I think all the indices is down more than 2%. So previously I asked the crowd, okay, where do you think the market is heading? Do you think it's just a dead cat bounce, or is it a real recovery, a reversal? Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys again, as of now, has your views changed? Okay, do you think this is just a dead cat bounce? Okay, if you think this is just a dead cat bounce, okay, meaning that you think that previously the market went higher, and you think that eventually within the next coming few months or so, the market will go even lower. Okay, so this bounce is just a dead cat bounce, a fake bounce. If you think that right now it is a dead cat bounce, just type DCB in the comments. Okay, and if you think, that this is just normal, you think that this could be a real reversal, just that, okay, there could be this could be the low, and market won't go below the low and eventually go higher. Okay, just type R in the comments. Reversal. The reversal doesn't mean that you take immediately, that it might take some time, but just that this could be the low already. Okay, so once again, if you think that this is a dead cat bounce, just type DCB. If you think that this is going to be if you think this is a reversal, just type R in the comments. Okay, I'll take a sip of water right now. Okay, so Sun, Adrian, DCB. Okay, who else? Phil Cole say CB. Okay, not DCB, is CB, is it? Okay, some things that it is a reversal. Kim Ying, Chai Sing, Dave, Christopher. Actually, you can see, judging from the comments, I don't know whether you're watching this. I think most of the people who commented mostly are from Facebook. Mostly, actually it's 50-50. Okay, initially a lot DCB, now a lot reversal, that kind of thing. Okay. Christopher said this is news driven. Yes, this is news driven. So we won't know what the market will do. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So this is this. Okay. All right. So can I say that, okay, based on what I feel, okay, judging you see from the comments, is it like 50-50? So it is a bit uncertain, right? Previously, I think a lot more thought that it is going to be a DCB, but now it's like 50-50. Okay. All right. So yep. Okay. But anyway, okay. Thank you for the so-called your feedback and your answer. So which means that, okay, not majority is heading into one direction. So the market, okay, can still be 50-50, really 50-50, because you don't know what the market is going to do. But if one side is gravitating more towards the like for example reversal, then there's a chance that it could be a dead cat bounce. Or when one side is gravitating more, like 90% is gravitating towards the dead cat bounce, then maybe it could be reversal. So right now it's like really 50-50. So market can do anything. So good thing is that no straight answer. Okay, if everybody think that it's going to be a reversal, then I'll be a little bit worried. So good thing is that nobody like majority don't think it is a reversal. Okay, so I think there's a still chance that it is going to be a reversal. Okay, all right. So based on the analyst things, okay, so if the S&P earning growth, okay, it is they are expected to revise lower. Okay, so previously I think for the last early of the year, okay, I think if I'm not mistaken, okay, yeah, should be correct, will be correct. Okay, I think the double-digit growth, earnings growth, I think it's about 11 to 13%. Okay, earning growth. Okay, but if the so-called these trade war things continue and such, okay, the earning growth of the S&P companies revised lower. Okay, but the analysts still think that it's going to be a low mid single digit. So maybe it could be between that kind of range, like 3 to 6% growth, okay, a lot lower than the double-digit growth already. Okay, and if the valuation, okay, still remains steady, okay, I think last week I showed about the valuation. It's not expensive right now, or even contract lightly. Okay, the S&P return may be, okay, flat, okay, this year. Okay, all right, but they think that this will be still about 10% higher than the current mid level, okay. So once again, okay, diversified portfolio likely to hold up as well. That's what they think from the analysts, okay. And the equal weight S&P might outperform the market cap because recently, okay, the Magnificent, okay, 7 is dragging a lot of this so-called the whole market down, okay. And the things that the bond yield is expected to remain range bound. So later I'll share with you, okay, the so-called the seasonal trend, okay, where the typically where the bond price will start to go higher. Okay, again, this right now is very news driven. Okay, some things are broken, so we won't know whether the seasonal will be in play again. But okay, you can watch out. Okay, to see you still have to wait for the price action to confirm. So a lot of times I told my members, okay, whatever the general public, okay, the seasonal trend, it is just like the climate, okay, plus minus, you know that there could be certain things, okay, happening now, but you won't know when exactly it is going to happen. So you know the daily forecast of the weather, it is the price action. So you know you have to check out the price action, whether you know that tomorrow is the day that's going to rain, next day is going to be sunny, that kind of thing, okay. All right, so this is the Fed cut rates, okay. The yield may trend towards the lower end of the range, but that's going to be most likely to be the second half of 2025, okay. All right, so this is generally the macro views of the market, okay. Some of the data about the tariff and such, okay. So right now, okay, before I go into the technical charting and looking at the chart itself, okay, I just want to briefly talk about the de-dollarization of the USD. So I mean that, you know, just now I saw quite a few of you mention about the USD. You have heard of this, okay? They say that, oh, USA, United States is dead, okay? It's losing its dominance, okay? The other country want to rely less on the US dollar and such. So then we'll sell the US dollar, and the US dollar is going to be worthless. You know, inflation is going to go up a lot higher, hyperinflation, that kind of thing now, okay? All right. So I can tell you this, okay? Since 2011, okay, I think I mentioned a few times, this was the year where I started trading the financial market, okay. Yeah, so I started in 2011 only. So right now I have about 15 or 14 years of experience, okay, in the market. So during these 15 years or 14 years of this whole period, okay, this de-dollarization has come up a few times already, okay. They said, oh, USA is dead, okay. The dollar is losing its dominance every single time when there's a correction or when there's a market, bear market, or whenever there's certain so-called sell-off in the dollar. This topic, okay, this narrative will come up again and again and again, okay. So 15 years has passed, okay. All right, the dollar still remains the main reserve currency, okay. Nothing much else has changed, okay. You get what I'm trying to say. So there's always this doom and gloom, everything. Oh, you cannot depend on the United States, it's going to die, that kind of thing. But after that, okay, becomes sunny again, okay. Then people forget about the whole this thing again. So recently back to this dollarization again, okay. So once again, after the whole crash is over, when all this news event driven thing is over, then the US dollar go up, then this narrative will be gone again. So a lot of times, especially you can hear this from, for example, the doom and gloom, like Robert Kiyosaki, okay. Dollar is dead, okay. You shouldn't save money. You should just, you know, change all your dollar to gold or whatever it is, okay. So a lot of times, okay. So my personal view that, okay, okay, it is a bit hype in my opinion, a bit hype, okay. All right. Will this time be different? Okay, will this time be different? Okay, really different, that this is the time that dollar is losing its dominance. It could be, but I won't try to go against the United States for now. It's just like, you know, Warren Buffett, he always say, okay, don't bet against the US, don't bet against the United States, okay. It always come back stronger, that kind of thing, okay. It could be but I mean that try not to always think that, you know, this is the end of the USD, this is the end of the USD. So let's see things again, whether this is going to be real or not, okay. In second half of the year, okay, we might know, okay. All right, okay. I just want to share with you also this dollar chart also. This is the dollar chart. Okay. So I'll just do a naked chart. Okay. So this is a naked chart. Okay. So in fact, this trend line, I have been there for the longest time. Okay. I'll use a weekly time frame. Okay. So this is the or even a monthly time frame is fine. Okay. So this is the dollar index. This is the dollar index. This is a monthly time frame. A monthly time frame. Okay. Monthly time frame. Okay. Monthly time frame. Meaning that every single bar is 1 month. Okay. You can see that it can stretches back to 1970s. Okay. Until now. Okay. Until now. So you can see that. Okay. Okay. Let's don't talk about the 1970s, 80s. I believe. Okay. Many of you guys who watch my Facebook live maybe just born during this period of time, okay, 1970s to 1980s, okay, that kind, okay, we were still very young, okay. Let's talk about the 1990s onwards, okay. Okay, you can see that it undergo, okay, upwards, then crash, then ups again, okay. So it always, like I mentioned, okay, always the same thing, okay, like 2000, when people talk about this, okay, this is the end of the USD dominance, okay, after that people go up higher again, people forget about it, that kind of thing, okay. When there's a crash again, okay, for example, like 2008, okay, people think that it's the end of the USD, that kind of thing goes up again, okay. 2017, okay, the USD keep coming down, this is the end of the US dominance, keep going up again, okay. But you need to remember, okay, remember that, okay, I will zoom back to the weekly time frame. Okay, you zoom back to the time frame. Okay, you need to remember that from 2021, okay, after the COVID crash from 2021, okay, to 2023, okay, the USD actually strengthened quite a bit. Okay, in fact, you can see that it rallied quite a bit. Okay, so after that goes up in a range and then start coming down again. So then people starting to do this nonsense, saying that the USD is losing its dominance again. Okay, and you need to realize that, okay, it is relatively, okay, relatively, okay, at the peak. Relatively, don't talk about this. Okay, relatively at the peak. I've drawn the trend line relatively at the peak. So if you zoom out and see, okay, very scary, man. It doesn't really drop that lot. You get what I'm trying to say? Compared to 2007 financial crisis, okay, or between 2012 to 2017, it is still higher than that level during this 2007, okay, to 2017, okay. I ask you, is it very scary? Zoom out from the time frame. To me, it's like a normal drop, right? It is a normal drop, right? Okay, when hit at a relatively high, it just starting to come down, okay. I'm not sure about you. Do you feel that way? It is like just a normal drop if you zoom out from the monthly time frame. If you think that this is like a normal drop, okay, it just type yes. If you still think that, okay, this is the end of the US dollar, okay, you can just type no, okay. Yeah, so if you think that this is a normal drop, okay, as of now, okay, you can just type yes, letter Y. If you don't agree with me, okay, can just type no. I think it is perfectly fine. You don't have to agree with me, okay. Or unless you are very rude, always keep arguing with me while I keep speaking, then that's fine. I think 2 weeks ago when there's some joker, keep interrupting me during the live stream, okay, then I ask him to, you can get out, that kind of thing, okay. Yeah, so you can agree with me. I think that's perfectly fine, okay. All right, nobody knows everything, okay. So Adrian say he doesn't know, okay. Fair enough, okay. I also don't know what will happen, but if you actually look, as I mentioned, just zoom out from, okay, just zoom out money time frame, just a very normal drop, okay, as of now, okay. All right, maybe you say that drop until here, that kind of thing, then I'll be a little bit worried, okay, to the prior low, then I might be a little bit worried, but as of now, I think not so much of a concern, okay. The only concern right now is that, the USD, okay, okay, and the bonds market, they are, not in line with each other. So typically during a market crash, okay, typically, people will rush into the dollar, okay, safe haven, okay. But you need to realize that this is always not the case also. You can see that, during the COVID sell-off, okay, in 2020, okay, people thought that USD is going to be a safe haven, but it also sold off. Okay, a lot of times, okay, not always. I mean, that sometimes, you know, when there is really a market crash, okay, everything will be sold off. People just want to de-risk, okay, de-leverage, just sell everything to cash. That is possible for now. So, and of course, by right, okay, if people think that, you know, the interest rate is going to come down, okay, if pricing in the interest rate will come down, okay, it is not wrong that the dollar is going down, okay, but okay, like I mentioned, something that's not right, it is actually the bonds market, okay. By right, if the market is pricing in that the so-called the Fed, it is going to reduce the interest rate, okay, then by right, the bond price should go higher, because if bond price, okay, goes higher, okay, then the yield will actually goes lower. So this is something that is a bit perplexed to me also. Okay, I don't claim to know everything, okay. All right, so nobody knows, okay. Yeah, so I'm still monitoring this situation, okay. All right, so as of now, this is like this, okay. And this market right now, this chart, it is, everything is dropping 2% plus, okay. So as of now, if you add in the usual indicator, okay, daily time frame, and also the yearly pivot, okay. All right, so this is the S&P 500. So previously, okay, I said that, you know, as long as the S&P can hold above the yearly pivot, then it is still generally in an uptrend. So you can see that right now, the S&P futures, okay, it is down. So we are clearly, okay, in a downtrend now, okay. The S&P cash index, okay, I think 2 weeks ago, okay, what the market is trying to go higher when Trump erased the tariff thing, okay, and market zoom up higher. So I was thinking there could be a possibility that the market might find support at the yearly CPR lower range, but no, you can see that right now it didn't. Price continue to fall lower. So we need to be really objective. Okay, is the market right now in a downtrend? Okay, the answer is yes. The market right now is in a downtrend. Yes. So right. So previously there's still support that could be still in uptrend, but okay, whether you ask me, okay, the key question is, okay, whether this is going to be like the low. Okay, again, nobody knows. Okay, so last week, okay, my view, okay, is that there were a few scenarios that could play out. Okay, one of the few scenarios is that, okay, the market, okay, could just rally higher, come down, okay, and hold above the low over there, so it make a higher low, okay, so that the low don't come down. After that, the market can continue to go higher again. So that is the best scenario now. Okay, another scenario is that the market, you know, could, okay, just range bound, you know, for a few months, that kind of thing, before eventually go higher, that kind of thing now. Okay, or okay, I say that this scenario is possible, okay, which the market like that zoom higher, okay, and then come back down, retest the low, okay, and then go higher again. I say that this scenario is really possible, okay, but as of now, not so scary yet, okay. All right, so I personally mentioned, I think since last Wednesday, I don't think a V-shaped recovery is like, you know, possible, okay, based on the sentiment right now and such. I don't think it is possible, okay, but a double bottom, okay, it is possible. But my personal view is that, okay, I don't think as of now, I don't think, okay, the market will go lower than that, okay, which means that make another lower low lah, okay. This is my personal view, but of course I could be wrong, okay. We will see how it goes day by day when the market give us clues, okay. So do you understand what I'm trying to say on this? Okay, if you agree, not agree, I mean that if you understand, okay, my opinion, this is my opinion, okay, just type yes in the comments, okay. Don't say that, hey, Alex think that the market is not going down, he say that it's going to go higher. I didn't say that, I just said that my personal view, okay. I could be wrong, okay, I could be wrong, okay. Okay, and yeah, of course, you know, talking about gold, of course, recently, okay, the USD is very weak. That lead to a sharp rise to the gold as well. Okay, all right. So in fact, gold by right, this period of time is a weaker seasonal period. Okay, weaker seasonal period, but you know, prices of gold just kept going higher. So for me, okay, Previously I entered into gold. I did not hold long enough, but that's fine. But you know, I actually waiting for opportunity to actually sell short the gold, but it is not going to be easy. And as of now, okay, there's also no trigger also. So you know, when market is very strong, okay, it is always very hard to short right at the top. You might need a few tries to get it right. So also there's no trigger also. Okay, but looking at the so-called the price action, it is a bit parabolic, a bit parabolic. Okay, so it's like normal uptrend, go up higher again, go up higher, and pump, then go like that. Okay, all right. So can the market continue to go higher and be a little more crazy? Yes, possible. But I think that the goal upside, it is limited. Okay, I won't know how high it is, but I think it's going to be limited. Okay, yeah. So you know, previously, okay, I have a friend or a member, okay, he actually went to the UOB, okay, UOB, and sold off his gold bar star. Okay, he can know that he is very rich. Okay, right. So so we can see that he went to sold off gold bar, and he told me that actually at the UOB there, the main branch at Raffles, okay, a lot of people are queuing up at branch there, and most of them are buying long queue. Okay, that speaks to me certain things. Okay, the retail masses are always wrong. Okay, but again, it doesn't mean that okay, it is going to be right smack at the top. Okay, right smack at the top is going to come down immediately. Okay, it might take some time. Okay, but I think that those who actually bought at a high, like for example, last week, okay, bought at a high, okay, they are going to lose money eventually, lah. Okay, okay. So it can still going to go higher, a little bit higher, be happy, a little bit happy about it. But I think that eventually, okay, it is not going to defy gravity and continue to go higher. Eventually, it will come down, lah. Okay, all right. But for now, okay, I won't be shorting it. Okay, but for now, I also won't be longing it also, lah. Okay, but if you are, I'm waiting for it to opportunity to go short, lah. Okay, there will need some maybe one or two tries, lah. Okay, but I'm keen on that, lah. Okay. And of course, you know, the bonds market, okay, I mean that, okay, based on seasonal trend, okay, I won't show you exactly when is the date for the members, you should know. But again, there is no guarantee, okay, but just to let you know, okay, typically towards the end of April, okay, towards the end of April to like May, June, that kind of thing, okay, all right, it tends to the strength in the bonds now, okay, all right, so we shall see how it goes. And also a lot of times, like I said to you guys, right, okay, I don't like this kind of pin bar, okay, it actually trapped a lot of amateur traders to actually go long, okay, you can see actually go higher, a little bit happy, then come down again. So I won't be surprised, okay, if the bond price within the next 1 or 2 weeks or so, I don't know, okay, might actually test the low of this, okay, and then hit higher, okay. If it could do that at the end of the month or so, they'll be looking for opportunity to go for a long on the bonds market. So if that's the case, okay, then the potential yield will come down as well. So once again, this is the reason why I don't like to trade pin bar and pin bar, and that's the reason why. Okay, so there's a very good, high chance that price could go and test over. Of course, it might not be, but okay, but looking at the seasonal trend, okay, I'll be more interested to look at bonds, okay, towards end of April or maybe starting of May or so. Okay. Any questions so far? So for the S&P 500, okay, I think during the Facebook live description, I talked about the death cross, right? Okay, in the email as well. So I forget to show you guys. So if you take a look at the moving averages, okay, so you can, I know there's a lot of lines here, okay, I know there's a lot of lines, but you can just zoom in on the dotted blue lines over there, okay, and these are red lines over there. So this is the 50 MA, okay, 50 MA, and this is the 200 MA. So in traditional standard technical analysis, even the fundamental guys, they're looking at this 50 and 200 MA. So a lot of times when the 50 cross the 200 MA downwards, okay, which means that the market, it is a death cross, okay, the market is in a downtrend. So okay, for the market to actually rebound higher, it will take some time. It will take some time, not immediately. So I don't think a V shape is going to be happen like the COVID, okay. But the recovery, if really do have a reversal, okay, it will take some time. And this, for example, okay, this crossing down of thing, okay, it is going to be acting as a resistance. So when the market go higher, it is going to be acting as a resistance, okay, then the market could come down again, okay. It might take 1 or 2 tries before the market can continue to break higher. So it will take some time, okay, which means that within the next April or May, okay, not the best of time, okay, to trade short term right now. You can see that, okay, you can see that the VIX is actually right now it's 34, okay. In fact, I share this to the members of the public, not public, to my members in the seasonal vantage insiders, okay. So I do my share to the public, okay. I mean, this is just a general knowledge, okay. Okay, so just to ask you guys, okay, you guys know about this VIX, right? Okay, talk about this VIX, okay. So you know VIX. Let me just share with you, especially for those who are not SVI. So you know that VIX, okay, like 20, 30, 40, 50, that kind of thing. So you know the numbers, right? So do you know what exactly this VIX, the number means or not? Okay, for those who are in SVI, you should know lah. I actually mentioned in the group chat lah, okay. You know or not? If you don't know, okay, if you don't know, just type no in the comments. If you know, just type yes. SVI members should type yes, okay. What does it imply? What does it represent? Okay, all this number. Can type, can share with me? Oh, I take a sip of water first. Mary know already lah, okay. Sentiment, okay, I mean that you know that 50 is a high level, it's a fear lah, but you know, if the price go to 40, 30, 20, what does it mean by a level of 20? What does it mean by a level of 20? What does it mean by a level of 19? What does it mean by a level of 20, 27, 30? You know or not? Okay, so I'm going to just share with you guys, okay. So you guys know that VIX, okay, is the implied volatility, okay, of the S&P, okay, 500, okay, options, 30 days options. So it's implied volatility of the S&P 500 options, okay. All right, so you know this now. All right, so this is it is a measure of volatility, okay, within the 30 days implied volatility, implied IV, okay, within the next 30 days or so, right? So this is the definition, VIX volatility, okay. So the meaning of these numbers, okay, basically you can use it as a rule of 16. I think it's a rule of 16, rule of 16 or 17. I think it's a rule of 16, okay. All right, rule of 16, okay. Basically, okay, if you divide the VIX by this 16, you will roughly know the daily expected volatility of the S&P 500. So for example, okay, previously, okay, I think last week the VIX was at about 32, okay, at about 32, okay, at about 32. So if 32, okay, divide by 16, okay, what's the answer? Okay, answer is 2, right? Answer is 2, right? So which means that, okay, the market is pricing in, okay, that the S&P will have a daily movement of 2%, okay, up or down, we don't know, but the volatility is about 2%. So there's a good chance that, okay, within these few days or so, okay, the market can still move up or down 2%, okay. All right, so which means that if hit volatility of 50, hit a volatility of 50, okay, for example, if when the VIX is at, okay, let's hit at 55, okay, it is at 55, okay, 55, which means that, okay, 55 divided by 2, sorry, 55 divided by 16, okay, is about 3.4%. So the market is pricing in, okay, the S&P will move daily about 3.4% daily, okay. So when the market, okay, is normalized at about, you know, sometimes typically about 19, right? This is a normal value of S&P, okay. So which means that 19, okay, 19 divided by 16, okay. All right, the market typically in a day will move up about 1.1%, about 1% up or down only, okay. All right, you get what I'm trying to say, which means that can you see that during the COVID market crash, the VIX was at about 85 at the peak. 85 meaning that 85, okay, divide by 16, okay. The market is pricing in that the S&P will move up or down 5%. Do you remember last time, okay, during COVID sell-off, down 5-6%, okay, it is quite common. In fact, even in certain days, it was down about 7 or 8%. You remember that is the meaning of this, okay? These are this a VIX number. So the higher it is, okay, if you divide by 16, roughly about the expected range of the movement of the S&P daily. Okay, so right now the VIX is at about 34, so which means that we still see about a 2% up down movement daily on the S&P. So it is still quite volatile. Okay, all right. So if it's something new to you, okay, if you learn something new to you, okay, just type N in the comment or just type new in the comments. Okay, all right. So this is a rule of 16. Not exactly, but as a rule of thumb, roughly approximation, it is there. Okay, so if you find something this is useful to you, you learn something new, okay, give me a like, share, or comment. I would really appreciate if you can give me a like as well. Okay, so right now on Facebook there's only about 17 likes only. Okay, so can you give me some likes or not? Okay, at least hit 25 lah. Okay, can or not? Give me some likes, can or not? Okay, I won't continue, okay, until I hit 25. Can or not? Okay, all right. And if you're on YouTube, give me a like as well, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, and for those who just joined right now, we have about 190 people online, okay, based on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, this is our social media channel. Okay, so as I mentioned, okay, you can subscribe to all, like Facebook, follow Facebook, Telegram channel where I share the daily market movers, market price movers, and also the morning wrap. YouTube, you're watching right now already. TikTok, I mentioned, okay, I'm starting to post a lot of this interesting content, okay, where I think you'll find it useful, okay. So, for example, how Chargy built $1 billion business. Recently, they just IPO and such, so can summarize all this news or information in a very easy to consume format, okay. All right, so I think moving forward, this is something that I can do consistently, okay. I think this is something that, as I mentioned earlier, they always show face, do video, short form video, a lot of things, that kind of thing. You do a lot of editing. It's not my kind of thing that I can do on a consistent basis. I want to do something that can be consistent, and I have the interest to do things one. Okay, so like for example, recently, okay, I talked about this economist Jeffrey Sachs, okay, roasted Donald Trump. So what's the reason he gave and all this? Okay, very simple to understand. Okay, for you to go through. So once again, this is my handle. You can just follow my handle on TikTok now. Okay, all right. So once again, for those who just joined Market Insights Conference, okay, this coming Saturday, registration is closed right now because it is full house, but we are trying to see whether we can open up more slots. Okay, for those who have registered, okay, do keep a watch out on your email, and also within these few days, could be tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll send out the reminder email and also the agenda, okay, to remind you that what is going to happen this coming Saturday, what time to come in and such. By the way, it is at Suntec City, okay, level 3. Okay, the first 200 attendees will receive a goodie bag. And just now did I mention, right? Okay, so these are the speakers. Okay, Shay, from Humble Trader with 1.32 million YouTube subscribers, is going to be live in Singapore. So Shay, Alvin, Caden, and Forex.com StoneX, David Scott will be speaking during this event as well, and there will be no selling at this event. So the timing is also quite nice. Okay, market is selling off. You want to hear about how they feel about the market, what are their insights. Okay, what is the market outlook? Do come for this event if you have registered already. Okay, all right. Seats are limited also. Okay, all right. Any questions so far? Okay, one more like to 30 likes on Facebook. At least give me one more like, can or not? Okay. Yep. So any questions so far? Okay, so can see the market is selling off today. So as I mentioned, okay, recap, okay, I think that, okay, possible that the market might retest the low, okay, but we have to see how it goes, okay. Another thing I want to share with you is that, okay, in recent weeks, okay, I didn't really do a lot of short-term trading now, okay, because I feel that my edge is not really there, okay. So, you know, market is very volatile, okay. So if you even place S&P daily movement is up 2%, okay, smaller cap, mid cap, some of this movement can go even higher. So, even if you place a huge, a relatively wide stop loss, you might get stop out as well. I don't see an edge in this market right now. Of course, you know, you might hear some educator or some guru say that, oh, I shorted the market, made a lot of money and such. Okay, I mean that maybe they are really true, okay, but I know what I am trading because I don't trade. I don't trade for a living, which I told my members as well, okay. I don't need to depend on the market like every single month. Oh, I need to like extract 10K, 20K from the market to make a living, okay? That kind of thing. So it can be very stressful. So I trade the market, okay, to grow my wealth, okay, and also increase my capital, okay, which is doing fine, okay. But I don't depend on the market for my day-to-day expenses, okay. So when I see the market, okay, in such a volatile fashion, okay, it is not my age, okay. And not only that, okay, my goal of in the market, okay, is not to lose money, okay. My goal is not to make a lot of money. My goal, I think that maybe to some of you guys new here, it can be counterintuitive, okay, is to actually preserve my capital, okay. As I told a lot of people a lot of times, okay, in the market, if you can stop losing money, okay, you are on the right track. 90% of people in the market lose money, okay. If you can stop losing money, you are on the right track. And my goal, okay, is to preserve my capital and not to anyhow trade, okay, thinking that it is going to be fun and trade the market and going to lose a lot of money, kind of thing, okay. So again, some gurus say that, hey, I make this, I make that, okay. I'm that you can go and follow them now, but I know my age, I know my style of trading, okay. So I just wait for it lah, okay. Long term wise, I mentioned, okay, I do have some position in the S&P 500, okay, like, you know, in certain tranches and invest that kind of thing. But short term wise, recently not so much. So still need to wait for the price action. So for the Telegram channel, okay, Telegram channel, it is, let me just share the link over there. Telegram channel, okay, this link, okay, this link over there. So recap, I feel that this is not my age, so I have been trading shorter term trading a lot lesser recently. Okay, very volatile. So mainly just take a step back, okay, for now until the market it is clearer, or at least okay when the market it is above certain moving averages or certain CPR, then I'll gradually go into the market. Okay. If you ask me to short right now, I don't think also this is the right time now. Okay, I mean the market is at a relatively low. Okay, all right. If I really wanted to short, okay, I would have shorted here. Okay, when the market is at a relatively high. But again, that was very news driven. So nobody knows at that point in time, okay, whether Trump will remove all the tariff or not. Okay, the market could just continue to go higher after that. Nobody knows right now, okay? It is only in hindsight. Then you will say that, oh yeah, I should have shorted that. The market is in a downtrend, okay? It is not. I should have shorted that. Easy to say, okay? But if it is on the most right-hand side like that, just ask yourself on that day when Trump actually, mentioned this, okay, do you dare to short the market or not? You most likely you won't dare, right? Because it is quite news driven, okay? It is on hindsight. You say, yeah, I should have shorted this, okay? So if you miss this opportunity already, then relax, okay? Don't do anything, no. Right now it's at a relatively low again, okay? Either you wait for the opportunity to short again, okay, or you wait for opportunity to buy. Right now it's neither here nor there, so just step aside, okay? All right. So I think this is my view of the market. Wow, even though I think that I will be lesser than 1 hour, but also right now it's 1 hour already. Any questions so far? Okay, any questions so far? I'll give you guys 10 seconds to ask me certain question, okay? All right, so if you find value in today's session, once again, just type letter V in the comments just to let me know, okay, you enjoy my sharing, okay? All right, I'll give me a like, share, that is fine as well. If you're watching on YouTube, do subscribe and follow as well, okay? So if you find value, just type letter V, okay? All right. So if no question, I think that, this is the end of my session tonight, okay? And I will see you guys this coming weekend at the Market Insights Conference supported by Forex.com, okay, at Suntec, all right, if you registered, okay. So seats are limited. If you register already, do come down, okay. So with that, thank you so much, and I will see you guys again this coming Saturday if you are here, okay, at the Market Insights Conference. With that, thanks, good night, 晚安, and bye-bye.